What's up, guys? Iggy here with Iggy's Garage. Now, today, I'm fixing my radio on a 2018 Ram 1500 Blackout Edition. So listen, if your radio, your Uconnect, is doing this, does this drive you absolutely frickin' nuts or what? Then we are in the same boat, and it is absolutely annoying, especially when you connect your phone to it and all of a sudden it starts calling all of your contacts, calls emergency services, goes through different files. It just messes everything up. You got to shut Bluetooth off. You got to shut your phone off. It is just crazy. Not to mention, it turns your heated seats on. It turns everything on and off, and it is the most annoying sound and thing in the world, especially when you have a 6-hour ride like I have. So I'm going to show you how to take it apart now and replace it. So you're going to need a few tools: Phillips head screwdriver, a T20 Torx bit, a retractable magnet, a pick or a small flathead, and a 7mm on an extension. So let's get to it. So this is my truck, and bada bing, we got a couple things in here, but what you need to do is move this, and peekaboo, 7mm, pull that out, and then we're gonna pull this, which is just a piece of rubber, and then you're gonna pull those two screws out as well. Now, after that 7mm is out, and these two Phillips are out, go ahead and lift your console, and then you're gonna pick up from the back, which should release that. All right, and then what you're gonna do is inside you got to disconnect the harness. There's the harness right there, and we'll just go ahead, bada bing, and this is what it's gonna look like. And once you do that, take your little cubby that you have here that I keep business cards in, pull this, and then inside there, I don't know if you can see it, you have a Torx bit. So go ahead and get that Torx bit out. And then after, we're going to go up here. So you unscrew it, take your magnet, and get the screw. Now I have bullet point phone mounts right here, but you're going to have a screw and a screw on each side. Those are both Phillips. Now, with that taken out, and you got all these out, so you got that screw there, those two there, and the ones that were down here, you are now ready to take this and pull out. So what I do is I grab from the sides and I work my way around it, and it's just going to pull out. And here we are. Now, you don't really have to, but it is a good idea. Just take out all the connectors right here. You're going to have a floating one, no big deal. But really, you got 4 bolts right here. But it's going to be easier to get to the back of the radio once you remove these. So just go ahead and get it to lay down, but you don't want pressure on them. So we'll just go ahead and remove all of those. Oh, forgot one. And then we're gonna I'll set this back here. There we go. All right. Now we got 4 7mm bolts. And once you take those 4 out, all you need to do is just disconnect all these. These guys, the coaxial cables, they're all, they have locks on them, so you gotta make sure you get those. And then the very back one has a lock on it as well. But push the tabs, pull them out. Now the very last one, I'm doing this one-handed here, but you unclip it, and then it rotates. You rotate it up. So right there. So it goes up when you put it in, and then it locks it down. And that should leave you with the radio. Now, with the Phillips head, we're going to take these 6 screws out. All right. Now, with that, you're going to take a flathead screwdriver, and you are going to bend those tabs. They're all the way around, so I'm just going to keep it like so, because this does lift off, and you really don't want to lift it off. So try your best to keep it on there, but this frame holds the screen in So you just go ahead and just bend those tabs. Now don't bend them too much, just get it out of the way because you are going to have to use those tabs again. Now the wires are connected at the bottom of the screen. So bottom of the screen is right here, opposite of this tab. So what you're going to do is once you get those tabs, bend the screen towards you. All right, so we got that off. That one's bent. There we go. You can see it's starting to move. Perfect. All right. Okay. Now you do have a wire right there. You see all that goo? That gunk is the liquid coming out of here. So now that that is off, this will lift and rotate forward. Now, you're going to have these ribbon connectors, this black fence, it's a lock. Just pick it up, and then your wire will come right out. And there we have it. So what I'll do here is I'm actually going to set this aside. And I'll put a link to this on Amazon, but this is a replacement. And it's like $190 in that area, which is a lot better than the $600 price tag for these damn things. There we go. All right, and there we have a new screen. Pick that up, throw that right there, get this out of the way. All right, and in the back, you got this cable, and then the other cable, which is from this one. You're going to remove this cable. So what we'll do is we'll match them up with the same orientation. Okay. Unlock this. Now this says display, so we know it's on the display side. Now I'll actually try and zoom in on this for you. If you notice, there's these teeth on each side. So there's teeth right here. That way you don't cross them. So you're going to slide it in, and then it sits right behind those teeth, and then you lock it in, and that's it. Now we don't need the old one. So now what we're going to do is now we have to set that up on this one. So I'm going to grab this and move it this way. Okay. So this has to be put this way, like so. So we're going to do the same exact thing where these teeth, I'll line this up so you can see it. All right, it's inside. Oh, there we go. Inside both teeth, lock in place. And same thing, inside both teeth, lock in place. And then just sit that down. Once those are locked in place, slide this on, and then go ahead and do that. Just be very careful you don't scratch it or anything else at this point. So you're going to get it into a position where you're good. These tabs that you bent, bend them back. Because these are what holds the screen in, at least one part. This is the trim. Now you're going to have a ribbon cable here that's going to push in. And you're just going to go along the outside edge. Make sure there's nothing interfering. And there we are. All right. So the next thing, I'm actually going to clean that off with canned air, is you're going to take the whole thing, move it back like so, and you're just going to reinstall the screws in each one. Now, if for some reason this comes off, like so, you have standoffs. Let me show you. You have standoffs. So that right there is a standoff, okay? So those standoffs can actually fall out. So make sure they're all in the same spot where they need to go. If not, then the circuit boards can move inside, creating a short. And your bolt won't be able to go through, so you'll see that. All right, so just throw those in. Let's see here. I still got one left to do. All right, that's good. That's good. Don't obviously reef on them. Just make sure they're tight. You don't need to go crazy. All right, and that is it. So now we just have to put it back in the truck. Now the next step that we're going to do with our new radio face is we're going to plug it in and turn the truck on, because I'm not going to fully install it only to see it doesn't work. So let's make sure it works, and I don't need a replacement, and go from there. So let's get in the truck. And obviously connecting them in the opposite order that you did it. Everything, if you didn't notice before, everything is color coded. So you got pink, orange, white, black. These are all pink, white, black, orange, or whatever, puke. So those are all color coded, and obviously these ones are keyed, so they can only go in one way. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Easy peasy. Took longer to walk down the stairs than it did to put all those back in. And if you have any other accessories, they go in obviously with the other connectors that you have there, but we don't have those. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to just put a bolt in here to do it, and just remember that this alignment goes up, so you don't do it upside down. Plus, I mean, it could really only fit in one way anyways. All right, I threw that in there. I just did one in each corner so it doesn't pop out. Now remember, these alignment pins, they fit in those holes as well. Inside, inside. It only goes in one way. Let's grab the key and see what it does. Oh, that looks good. There we go. Let's say no. Touchscreen works. Yep. Looks like it's, I'll try turning the knob. Yeah, so we're not gonna do it. So, touchscreen. Yep, everything's working. Okay. Let's finish the install. Now, a good thing to remember, don't start your vehicle because the computer can't read your shifter select, so you're gonna pull a check engine light. I found this out before when I've done something like this similar. So let's go ahead, put everything back, button it up, turn it back on, and then go from there. So we'll take this time to go ahead and plug all this in. Let's see here. Yeah, so I gotta slide this in a little bit more, but you remember there was a couple that didn't fit anywhere, and they're all keyed and they're all, you know, different sizes, so you can't mess this up. So can't really do this one-handed, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw this back in and show you what it looks like in a second. All right, we are all back in. If you remember, I had one hanging. Well, I just put it in this dead spot right there. That way it's not flopping around in there. There's nothing there. So go ahead and we'll snap this back into place. So it's set in place right now, and then you just push it, and then it's gonna snap in, but easier with two hands. All right, and then you got two Phillips up here, a T20 Torx, and then that's gonna put these, or this panel back in. So those two are on there. And just a quick little point about this. These were 150 bucks, something like that. These are the best phone mounts I've ever gotten. Spring, adjustable, holds it very well. I got one for passenger and driver. Absolutely love them. I'm not sponsored by them, but fantastic, fantastic products. And with that Torx bit in, we can go ahead, put the center console in, and then put in all the rubbers. So center console is reverse for removal, so we'll grab that, connect your, what is it, the cigarette lighter or whatever, oh no, the outlet that's inside, and then 2 bolts, and 1 bolt. We're good to go. Now with that being in there, there's only one thing left to do. Clean your tools, put them away, enjoy your new radio. Bada bang. Yep.
Behavior. Your kids
Working. Hell yeah. Well, guys, that's it for me. Go ahead, clean these. I'm enjoying this beautiful weather. Got the Ram done. Next is going to be continuing on the Malibu here. But have fun. Enjoy your builds. Get some quality time with them. I'll see you later. Love you. Bye.